I want to start with you, Ann Marie, because it's such an ambitious animated project.
Yes, it is.
What was it that that sparked you and you went like, I'm going to tackle this?
Oh boy. Well, that is such a big question because the story, it just starts as words, right? And so it started like 20 years ago when I was in an artist residency in Germany, really, listening to people from all over the world talk about their stories and their diasporas and their hopes and dreams and tragedies, and me being mixed race and also being an immigrant to Canada. I'm interested in where people are and how they got there. And they're invisible stories, really, unless you ask people, right? And so this was a European story when I thought of it all those years ago. But when I moved back to Vancouver, and which has a very large Persian diaspora there, right? And I started relating so much to the stories that they were telling and what had happened. I wanted to make it a contemporary story too, so I used the Islamic Revolution as sort of the fulcrum of where events happen, before and after, right? But it's totally not a political film, right? It's a film about poetry.
Exactly.
Right? It's a film about poetry and family and culture and how, we can just all be more open to each other. And I never think it's an ambitious idea. That's how I get into these things, right? I just want to tell a very simple story in a very simple way. What could be simpler than a feature-length animated film that takes place in Iran?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then not only do you come on board as, the voice actor and everything, but you're a producer too.
Yeah,
like,
I came
learning curve?
I came on to just, help produce and to do whatever I could to get the film made. So it really, really started at the very beginning. We launched an IndieGoGo campaign, which was, we learned a lot there, raising funds and also even more, just getting the idea and the message of the film out there. And there was a tremendous interest, internationally, that people were really, really responding. And we hadn't even made the film.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was very, very interesting and very, very hopeful, because it's like, oh, no. People really want to hear stories like this.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah. And what was, doing the voiceover experience for you? Do you enjoy that?
Oh, it's terrific. I love doing the voiceover experience. And I've said this before, it's like a lot of times with animation, all the characters and all the actors are separate, because of time-wise or for whatever reason. It's very difficult to get 100 actors together to voice all the voices. But we wanted to do it a different way, and we thought it was very, very important. Rosie, the character that I voice, speaks with all the characters. So we recorded in Vancouver and in Toronto and in Los Angeles, and I acted live with each. We recorded live with each of the actors.
That's ambitious.
Yeah. Well,
that was actually very ambitious on our part.
Yeah.
But in some ways, a lot of the actors came onto the project because of Sandra, because of their respect for Sandra, and they were.
That's generous.
Well, it's true, and they were. It was a pleasure for them to be able to actually act with you, right? Like do the scenes with you, and. It was.
Yeah, because you see, that doesn't always happen in voiceover, right? Like
very
you're in a
rarely.
booth by yourself, and and you have that challenge of being really, show your acting skills. It's a different muscle. How amazing it was for you then to be able to actually.
Oh yeah, sure, great. It's like I will say, Ann Marie just showed me on our website this behind the scenes what's that? Would you say it's an app? No, it's just a feature.
Yeah, I've got a little interactive map.
Okay, it's so great. You really have to check it out.
Okay.
Windowhorses.com.
Because we filmed all of it too.
Amazing.
We filmed a lot of our work.
The rehearsals.
The rehearsals of it, and then our kind of like live recording of it. So you see us, a lot of the actors, like this one scene with me and Dawn or me and Shore, and we're like we're reading, but we're really acting with each other, and then you get to see what it ends up looking like. It's terrific. It's really terrific.
Then you must have really loved that experience.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. You know what's interesting about that too is because you not only see people acting as their character, but you also see them as an audience reacting to how the scene is going. It's really interesting.
Yeah. What are you hoping that I hope a lot of people see this, because there's so much going on and it's such an important story, I think. What are you hoping? What are you guys hoping that, or do you want to show it in schools, or, where would you like
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I know I don't want to sound pompous, but this
It's okay, you can be pompous, it's your movie, it's fine.
Okay, fantastic. This is a gift, right? This film is a gift, and I want to give it to as many people as possible. Absolutely, I hope it goes to school-aged people. I hope there's that there's an outlet for that. But it's not just for kids, right? It's, in fact, it was not written for kids, but it's completely accessible to people from a really young age. I think our youngest audience member has been 3.5.
Wow!
They said, "Mom, this is my kind of movie," and right, and
get them on the poster.
That's right. And the oldest audience member so far has been about 84, right? And so, this is an international film. It really is, and it has Canadian distribution right now, and we're looking for where else it can go. Festivals are an important part of that. They're a really important part of introducing it to different countries, right? And so I hope that its little quiet message goes everywhere.
That's amazing. Yeah, it really is special. Is it one of the most special things that you've worked on as an actor
Ever?
Yes, because it's also in the range of what I've done. It's very different.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed the process immensely.
That's amazing. I can't ignore the fact that you've got another film here in the festival.
I do.
I can't imagine anything more fun than being in a catfight with Ann Heche.
Well, what do you define catfight?
I don't know, just
Well, you have to see it because I have to see it. It's like
Yeah, I've seen the trailer and I'm getting an idea, but I just going at it with her. Just tell me a little bit about working with her.
Thank you for letting me take this moment.
It's just for a second? Is that okay?
No. I saw it, and it's
actually
intense.
Ann Marie, you talk about Catfight because Ann Marie just saw it yesterday.
No, it's so intense, and it's without giving anything away.
Okay.
It deals with so many of similar themes as Window Horses does. It talks about the creative process. It talks about world events. It talks about conflict. It talks about a connection, but
a lack of connection,
and
how lack of connection can bring about anger and loss.
Yeah, but like in completely different universes. I mean, for Sandra, it must be so strange because there's such that intense experience with Catfight, and Window Horses is all about about lightness, right? So it's, for me, it was fascinating to see that film. You can talk about your film now.
Just give me one sentence about working with Ann.
No, it was fantastic. Not only working with Ann, but working with Owner, who's the director, and all his crew and cast. It was a great experience. It was a very tough and challenging experience, and very physical as well.
Can imagine.
But I loved it.
Yeah, good for you. Ever see you back in episodic TV? I know they say never, but do you think you'd do it again?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And it all depends on what the project is.
Yeah. See, I think like Netflix is the way to go because what, 13 episodes, you've done your series, you know what I mean, your season, and like those 26 episode things are tough.
That I will say that the change in how television is being shot, I think it's much more actor and creative friendly.
That's great.
But I will say it's tough to. No, I'm not going to get into that.
That's okay. But anyway, listen, congratulations on this.
Thank you.
It's so wonderful and wonderful to speak to both of you. And fingers crossed.
All right.